What are you more excited about? Taylor Swift's new album coming in October, or her appearance on the New Heights podcast with Travis Kelce? I'm excited about it all. We're breaking it all down. I mean, why wouldn't we? It's Hot Mics with Billy Bush, presented by LA Golf, and it starts now. And we are live on TuneIn and YouTube. It is Hot Mics and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce on the podcast together on her lucky day, the 13th. People are very into it. The appearance on the podcast has more hype than the tactical reason that she's there, and that is announcing her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl.
That was so
sweet. Welcome to New Heights.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on my favorite podcast. As we all know, you guys have a lot of male sports fans that listen to your podcast. Yeah. And I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me.
Oh, he calls her Tay-Tay. And there's so many Easter eggs in there. Of course, everybody's talking about them. I mean, I like the fact that when you go to a search engine and you type in The Life of a Showgirl, The Life of A comes up before The Life of Pablo, Kanye's album. So I think that's a dig at Kanye. I do. I think those two will fight with each other for eternity. They're like Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell. The album is mint green and orange, which is the colors of copper oxidizing, like the very life of a showgirl. I love that. At the end of her Eras concert, she walks through an orange door, which is actually at the end of the song Karma, signifying a new era, which is where we are. The 12s are everywhere. She loves them. How about this? At the Grammys last February, she was wearing 60-carat Lorraine Schwartz earrings, each with 12 rubies. The countdown to, obviously, August 12th, 12:12 a.m. Everyone knows that. The photo carousel that she put up, 12 orange images teasing her next era. The letter announcing that she purchased her master recordings from the company that bought them from Scooter Braun. Remember, after all that mess the two of them went through? In the post, she used 12 eyes when she said, I was this close years ago. 12 eyes, and it stayed up on her website for 12 days. Then there's the TikTok, standing next to the A12 section in the Miami Arena. Obviously, A12, August 12th. Taylor liked a fan theory, noting that Lady Gaga released Applause exactly 12 years ago, also on the 12th. And back in 2022, Taylor wore a showgirl costume in the music video for Bejeweled while sitting on a massive clock, which was pointing to 12. All right. There's so many Easter eggs. We welcome in Hot Mics entertainment expert, pop culture savant, the queen of stream. Oh, we are going to get to the Hunting Wives. Darren Karp is with me. Darren, my love, how is any of this coincidental, or does she really plan every single little thing that has a 12 in it?
Well, hey, baby, thank you for having me. I'm just trying to trying to give you the nice nickname here. Listen, I think most of it is engineered. I think when you have a fan base like this, she loves to get people thinking. She's a really good marketer of her own brand. I think most of it is created by her, but her fan base is so freaking massive that when you have something like this, like 12 years ago, Lady Gaga coming out with it, I mean, that seems like a stretch to me. The 12 eyes, I think, is probably certain. I mean, the Empire State Building lit up in orange, and when you have that and the fan base is so real, you can really find anything.
What do you think of Travis Kelce? I mean, the relationship is, look, people tend to hate. At some point, they turn on people. I don't think they've turned on Travis and Taylor at all. I think that people are into it. I used the theory that it's like the 50 Shades of Grey thing, that there were a lot of women who were like, I do everything. I'm the breadwinner. I work. I take care of the kids. I need, a big, strong man in which to, submit to. And this is unlike any boyfriend she's had along the road. This guy is gridiron gold. He is all man. He's bearded. He's hulking. I mean, it's like an overcompensation.
Yeah, listen, I think you're right. I think most people are obsessed with them, but I do think last football season, especially when they were in the Super Bowl, people turned, especially when the Chiefs got smoked during the final and they never panned to Taylor. People thought it was this whole conspiracy theory about how since they never panned to her, that they didn't really care about her, only if they're winning. It was an entire thing. I think there is something to be said about overexposure. I think that they were on the brink of it earlier this year because of the Super Bowl playing and just being around in her Eras tour, and it was a lot. But I think most people want them to win, and I think most people are like salivating for an engagement any day.
Yeah, and a baby and the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think all of that is coming, by the way. I thought it was going to happen. Well, I predicted that it would happen before this year is out. Maybe that's upon us. I don't know. Album and then the rest. But I like the fact that after the Eras tour occurred, she kind of went away, right? Super Bowl went away.
I think
It's
she
been
needed
quiet.
to. Yes,
What?
I think she needed to go away because even for me, and I have nothing. I'm not a Swiftie, but I don't really have anything bad to say about her. But it did feel like a lot. It was just too much that I almost stopped caring about this stuff. And she's an excellent marketer. I think if they were going to if they were going to get engaged or they're going to have a baby, there's going to be some whole huge thing about it. It's not going to go quietly. It's not going to happen spontaneously. This will be well thought out and it will be meticulous.
Do you think there is a song on this album coming out about Blake Lively? Because you know what? She writes about all of her exes, and Blake is definitely an ex.
Okay, Blake is definitely next. Listen, I think it would be probable, but I do think no matter what, fans will find a reason to make that lyric about her, and we're going to be hearing a ton about that. Trust me. It's always exes. It's always something. So
Everyone says Sabrina Carpenter. There will be a collab with her, maybe with Lady Gaga, because of the whole, she released Applause 12 years ago on the 12th. Maybe that's in there. I do think there'll be a song, maybe a new one about Travis and her love, because that is total candy. And I do think she will take a pop in some type of reference, pop shot at Taylor Swift. I mean at Blake Lively. That's got to happen. I really do think that. But my obsession is really about the relationship, Travis and Taylor and the whole thing. And I think at this moment, we should take a little walk down sort of the road that led to the brawny paper towel guy.
I made a list, Billy. I made a list of her exes. Okay. And if there's 12 exes, then that means she's going to marry Travis. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if there's 12, but I'm just saying it could happen.
All right. Can we say all of them, even though some of them are kind of, there are definitely some cool dudes in here for sure. But I will say her dating history is littered with skinny jeans and Chuck Taylors. These are mostly boys who I don't think can change the oil. They probably don't even know where the oil cap is. Do they chop wood? No. Do they order chopped salad? More like it. Let's travel down the road that led to Travis. It begins at 18 years old, both 18, age appropriate with Joe Jonas. You got the phone call. They break up with a 25-second phone call, which she slammed his way on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and I won't forget that.
And wrote the song Forever and Always about him. And yeah, slammed him real good. I thought that was fine. Listen, he's fine. When we say slam, like he recovered. But yeah, she definitely was like, I don't think about him at all kind of thing. Like that was just something that happens at 18. But yeah.
I actually look at him right now and say, that's an outfit I think Travis would wear. Travis's wardrobe select. I don't know. I don't understand it. But she said, when I find that person that's right for me, he'll be wonderful. And when I look at that person, I'm not even going to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds. That's definitely Joe Jonas. Okay.
Yes, it is.
So then she goes to Taylor Lautner. Now, she was 19. He was 17. They met on the set of Valentine's Day.
That's right.
They walk away from the relationship mostly clean. No trash talk. Maybe because he wasn't legal at the time. I mean, how do you go after a guy that's a minor?
It was a 3-month relationship. Like it should be breaking off clean at 3 months. Like, my God. Okay. Yeah. 3 months. count it. We'll count it.
But it was probably, it was 3 months, very clean. You know, he still got invited back on stage years later to do a backflip for the fans. You know, it is proof she doesn't slam every ex, right?
Yep.
So, but you can't have Taylor and Taylor also. That's
just wrong. There's just something unbiblical about it. I don't like it.
Everybody should have their own name.
Yeah.
Well, then she goes to one of the great swordsmen of all time, and that is John Mayer. She was
Right.
She was 19. He was 32. Now, by the way, you are talking to me right now at Andy Cohen's house.
Yes.
You're in Andy Cohen's house right now. Andy's in another room right now. And he and John Mayer, very good friends. He might have some insight into that relationship, but she
Very good
torched.
friends.
She torched.
She's been torching him. She's been torching him. I mean, again, another 3-month relationship. That was like December 2009 to February 2010. And I still feel like it happened yesterday, but it's been 15 years. I feel like we got to let this go.
In Dear John, she says, "Don't you think I was too young to be messed with? You're an expert at sorry and keeping lines blurry. I'll look back and regret how I ignored when they said run as fast as you can." I mean, he's a poet. He's an artist. But she is too. Never give a poet a breakup worth writing about. She's going to publish your obituary in 4/4 time, and she has done it.
The pen is mightier than the sword, and she is telling it all in her songs. I mean, this is her memoir, basically, in sing-song form from all of her breakups, for sure.
She wasn't quite over the older man thing at this point. So from John Mayer, she segues into Jake Gyllenhaal. She was 20. He was 29. I mean, I remember this relationship thinking it had potential. You?
Yeah, again, another 3-month relationship. Just saying, October to December of 2010. She's got something about the 3-monthers. She wrote All Too Well about him. But I will say, I feel like even more than John Mayer, the Jake Gyllenhaal one, maybe because All Too Well was such a good song, stuck with fans and stuck with us, that even so now, I feel like when you bring up Jake Gyllenhaal, he's kind of still associated with her in some weird folklore, but it's been 15 years.
Yeah, she writes, "You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine." So that's what he used to break up with her. Like, we're too far apart in age.
Yeah.
29 and 20, I don't know. That seems like to be okay. Although I wouldn't love it. I have a 20-year-old daughter. I don't
think
want
about
to
it like that. I mean, I think he was right that probably, I think if it was a 30-year-old and a 39-year-old, it might have been better just because you're at a different place in life. When you're 20, you can't even go out to bars and drink. And it's just a different sort of, you're in a different place in your early 20s than you are at your late 20s. So just what my LOL about that is, like, he didn't seem to mind it when they first started dating. And then all of a sudden it seemed to matter. So, you know.
I hope she made him wait.
Yeah.
You know, I hope he did that that you know what I mean? I've got daughters. I've given them the speech.
Yeah,
you know.
of course.
But at 20, everybody's on their own here. You never know. I will say this. There was a lot to do with the scarf. Remember that she writes about, I left my scarf at your sister's house. Poor Maggie Gyllenhaal. She can't do an interview.
Yeah, she's in it.
Everybody asked her about that. The biggest problem, he didn't show up to her 21st birthday. Ooh.
That's a biting, especially when you're gonna date an old. Again, he knew how old she was when they dated, so why was it all of a sudden an issue? But we weren't there, so I try and give people a little grace.
We weren't there. Now she said this older guy thing isn't working. I'm gonna go younger, and then she goes to Harry Styles. Okay, yes. She was 22 at this point. He was 18. Big star. Dating big star.
He likes an older woman. He likes an older woman, so maybe that
sure
makes
does.
sense. Again, this relationship was 2 months, 2-3 months.
What the fuck?
I know. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Is it? Do we think that she gets bored, or this isn't in? I want to go, or is she a lot to handle, and guys are dropping her like a hot rock, and then later on she had to kind of take a little look inward and be like, why does everyone keep leaving me?
I feel like everyone looks great the first few months of a relationship. And then at the 3-month mark, maybe like reality sets in where your schedules are crazy. You get into your first fight. And it always says how a relationship works is based on how they fight. And so maybe this 3-month mark is just like, that's when the glitz and glam kind of wears off and the real shit starts happening.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really a pessimist, you're thinking, no, she's gathering material for songs. She's just going in there like, let me see where's his faults? Oh, there they are. Boom, there's another song on the album. But I don't think so. I think that's
yeah, that feels too easy to me. That feels like too low-hanging fruit, although I'm sure it doesn't hurt her music writing ability.
Yeah, when she walks out the door, she knows exactly what she's going to write about, but I don't think it was premeditated. Calvin Harris, mutual breakup, they say, but I don't think anything's mutual, really. She was 25, he was 31. She boomerangs back to the older guy. He shed Twitter tears, which is a tough thing to do after she co-wrote the song This Is What You Came For, which Calvin obviously produced with Rihanna. But she wrote it under the synonym Niels Sjoberg, like he's a Swedish writer, but really it was Taylor Swift. And Calvin bemoaned, this is hurtful to me at this point, that her and her team would go so far out of their way to try and make me look bad. At this stage, I think she played him like a fiddle.
At least she lasted more than 3 months. I mean, they did date for about a year. I'm sure the scheduling was crazy. I want to know what Easter egg was in that Niels Sjoberg thing. I've never even read an Easter egg about that, but there's definitely meaning behind that.
For sure.
He was upset.
Hats off to my good friend Howie Mandel, because he was hosting Caesar's Palace 50th anniversary gala. He was the MC, and Calvin Harris came up for an award right after the breakup. And Howie said, "Nice suit. Who's your tailor?" That's our boy Howie.
Excellent, Howie. Love it, Howie.
That's so good. And then she moves to Tom Hiddleston. And this dude, I mean, guy, first of all, she's never looked more gorgeous than this. I like the bright blonde hair on her. But his downfall was I love TS. I heart TS tank top. I mean, you can't be a fan in your own relationship. It's rookie.
This is when people get tattoos of each other. And I'm just like, this is the kiss of death. I mean, like, if you're Heidi and Spencer are from the hills and you're doing it as a statement and to be cringe, like, I kind of get that because they are so self-aware that they understand. But this just felt like, we get it. We understand. You love
Of course,
it.
if Travis Kelce wore an I Heart TS tank top, people would think it's funny. But on this guy, he felt like he really meant it, and it was it made him look a little bit like a fan, like a super fan, and not the lover. You know what I mean? And then we got the long distance runner in Joe Alwyn. Joe really was great. He was the act.
6 years.
Before 6 years. This was it. Everybody thought this was it. I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Swift thought this was it. 6 years in the relationship, 0 public meltdowns. They kept it tight, didn't get baited into public drama. But I don't know. He played his role kind of like an undercover agent, but I think he may have stayed undercover too long. I mean, they missed the window, no?
I think so. And I think, again, it's a scheduling thing. I mean, over 6 years, it's like, he's famous, she's famous. It's like Hollywood always forgets that scheduling and like seeing your partner actually matters. I mean, I think for her, the distance was probably really important. But every Hollywood couple I know, it's like, oh yeah, I guess we forgot that we actually had to like spend time together to make this relationship work. This is a novel idea. I never understand this, but this is the kiss of death always in these Hollywood couples.
This is the road that led to the big and burly Travis Kelce. And probably the sexiest thing about Travis is he pursued her.
Yes.
In every way, went to the concert, the friendship bracelets, reached out to her. She liked that. He took initiative. You know what I mean? He called the play, and he went after Taylor, and she was a quarterback in headlights. And
I think you hit the nail on the head. Sometimes women, and I'm not saying this is all he is, but like after you've dated a bunch of skinny jean Vans boys, maybe you want a dude that can hang the TV and build you a she shed in the house. I'm just saying, maybe you want a dude that can build that she shed, because as a gay woman, I want a man to build me a she shed. You know, like I get that. I want that. So I understand.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay, Darren, you had me watch The Hunting Wives. You said, this is the show for me. I watched 2 episodes last night. Holy shit, have I missed Malin Ackerman? This is her at her naughtiest. What is going on here?
Okay, so
Everybody's
apparently her muse, I heard this, was Melania Trump, which I thought was very interesting. I heard this through the grapevine. I can't confirm or deny, but I did hear this from multiple sources that she used Melania as sort of this like manipulative, sexy seductress. How many episodes you get in, Billy? 2?
2.
You are going to binge it this weekend. I swear to God, if you are not a lesbian today, you will be a lesbian by the end of this.
Like I've told you, we have
it's excellent.
similar tendencies.
Yes, we do. We do. And it's a murder mystery at the end of the day. It's very soapy. I mean, listen, I think if you're from Texas, there's some people who are a little offended that this is what people think Texas is. But like, it's a soap drama. Like, that's sort of the point of it. But it's basically softcore porn. I mean, that's the only way I can fully describe this thing. And it is wonderful. And I really hope Netflix picks it up for a season 2.
I mean, wait a minute. Like, Malin Ackerman is hooking up with the preacher's 18-year-old son. She's hooking up with the woman down the street. She walks right past her husband, who's in the hot tub with
2 women.
2 women, and she doesn't give a credit. There is so much sex of every form. It's unbelievable. I mean, in Brittany Snow, well, clearly she's going to be getting in on the act. Everybody's got a hidden past. What is the draw? We think, because in the beginning we see a blonde woman get shot in the woods. We assume that's Brittany Snow. Are we right to assume? I mean, I guess you can't say, but
I don't want to say. I mean, I think that you'll figure that out, that it's who it is sooner rather than later, just not who did it. That's the big mystery. So the mystery is not so much who is dead in the woods. It really is who did it. But I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's trying, just because the mystery does keep you going. The sex makes you stay, but the mystery definitely keeps you going. It's softcore porn, and I am here for it.
Does America just love girl on girl? Like, what's going on? Like, why is it? Yeah. Like, men love it. Women are great with it. Like, it seems
there's a number of reasons for that. I have a whole theory on it. I think one, girls on girls is a little bit more socially acceptable than boy on boy. Certainly, like when girls were kissing in high school, no one thought twice about it. Boys really wanted to see it, but girls weren't like, all right, now you boys kiss. Like, it was always like, oh, you're gay.
Whoa,
you're doing
you guys,
that. Like, oh, no. So I think it was always more socially acceptable. And I remember when I came out to my dad said something that I thought was always really true. He was like, everyone finds women attractive.
Oh, do we love her? We love her so much. Darren Karp in the house. Thank you, Darren. Love you, love you, love you. Coming up, he was Superman long before this summer's hit, Superman. In the 90s, he was on Lois and Clark alongside Terry Hatcher. He's the great Dean Cain. A lot of people talking about Dean, and he's got a lot going on since then. But last week, he made major headlines after he made this announcement.
Hey, everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer, as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up.
All right, Dean Cain, those are big headlines. They're not all good. He's getting attacked from all sides. Why did Dean join ICE? Good question. I'm going to throw some of the harshest critics at him. Dean Cain is coming up next. But first, a word from our amazing sponsor here. We're grateful to have them, our friends at Venbrook Insurance. When it comes to construction insurance, the tools change, the regulations change, but risk? Oh, forget it. That's a constant. Tim Johnston will tell you this every time you ask him, and I ask him all the time. He's been doing construction insurance at Venbrook for 40 years, and he's helped clients through every kind of construction-related liability that you can imagine. His team specializes in tough risks, especially in markets like California. Hello. General liability, excess lines, construction, defect cases. I'm telling you, Tim's team at Venbrook has seen everything. If you're building, expanding, or working as a contractor, you got to make sure you have an insurance partner who really gets it. Set up a consultation with Venbrook's construction risk strategist today. They're all about helping businesses put the right coverage behind them so they can take bold steps forward. That is why their tagline at Venbrook is boldly go forward. Book a free consultation at venbrook.com/hotmics and tell them Billy Bush sent you. And the mics are hot right now with Dean Cain. Everyone's talking about Dean Cain. There he is. By the way, Dean, I'm going to say this off the bat. Whenever they talk about you in the media, the mainstream media, the larger media, they like to use fat Dean Cain photos.
Yep, there's no question. Well, it kind of gives away their narrative right off the bat.
You look like you're lean. GLP-1s or back in the gym, Princeton style. You know, people don't know this. Dean Cain played football for Princeton and then very briefly for the Buffalo Bills. But
yeah, back in the gym, baby. I got a gym in the house. Stopped drinking about a year ago. Makes a huge difference.
Wow. You stopped drinking.
I mean, I'll have a glass of wine here and there, but my son and I just decided, let's not have any drinks for a month, 2 months, 5 months. Now it's almost a year.
And was it hard in the beginning? Because there are those moments like, I don't know, the end of every single day.
Yeah, no, it wasn't hard at all because I had a partner, I guess. And then it just became something that I don't even think about it. It's not even a thought process. So we were just having too much fun, I guess. And we cleaned it up and that's helped immeasurably.
Definitely did not expect to begin here with the great Dean Cain, but we're here and I have to ask, sleeping better? Yes.
Oh gosh, like a baby.
Yeah. Anxiety. Did you ever that's not
I had anxiety sometimes, but that goes away too because you get your sleep. I mean, it's a great listen, do whatever you want to anybody else, but this made a huge difference for us.
Wow. Oh my God. And then you've got the beer face is gone. It's like you see those cheekbones again, Dean.
I never drank beer, but yeah. A little more wine and tequila, but which are things I love on occasion. And on occasion, I'll probably still do it, but it's really rare now. We just don't miss it. It's a good thing.
All right, Dean Cain is with us. He's joined ICE. Everyone's talking about ICE, and of course, when that happens, given the images we see across mostly legacy medias, mainstream media, but social media too, we see lots and lots of horror stories. And so, Dean, people. Of course, celebrities, of which you are one, but a different kind, a Gary Sinise kind.
I'll take that as a huge compliment. He should have the presidential.
He just took 1,000 children of fallen soldiers to Disneyland for free. Oh my God!
He's unbelievable. He's one of the best guys on the planet. Deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
He sure does. I'll say that over and over again. Anyway, so here we are. How did you come to join ICE?
Well, it's an interesting story, Billy. I'm glad you asked. So
we're here.
We're here. So what happened is, first of all, I've been a sworn deputy sheriff and reserve police officer for almost 10 years now. So I've been doing this for a long time with law enforcement. Basically joined up when it was the defund the police movement, which I thought was insane, and it was insane. So I joined up with our men and women of law enforcement to say, hey, I'm not just going to just talk about it. I'm going to join up.
And anyone can do that, Dean? Like you can decide, hey, I'm going to join. I'm a 53-year-old man. I'm going to go join the cops right now. And I can do that or?
Well, you can, but you have to go through all the training. You have to get all the certifications. You have to do all the, all the qualifyings, all the quals, everything. You got to do everything, go through it. But yeah, you can. You can if you want to help out. Our law enforcement wants all the help they can get. I mean, you have to pass a background check and do some other things like that. It might be spotty for you, Billy. I don't know. So you'd be okay. I made this recruiting video for ICE saying, look, hey, they're offering $50,000 signing bonus. They're offering, loan repayment, student loan repayment. They're offering great retirement benefits. If it's interesting to you or you're a former agent or anything of that nature, take a look at it. But everybody took it as though I had joined ICE, and Jesse Waters said something about it on his show. As I was driving back from Los Angeles, where I had to do a little bit of work, I was driving home and back here to Las Vegas, which I love, by the way. And I said, you know what? I started talking to some friends at ICE, some of the officials there, and I said, you know what? Let's do it. Swear me in. I'll do it. I'll step right up. And they said, deal. So I announced it on Jesse Waters, and then the rest, as they say, is history. A lot of hate from the left, a lot of fat pictures, a lot of nobody will recognize him if he doesn't wear a mask. It's no big deal. It's people like Bill Maher made a joke about it. John Oliver made
John
a joke.
Oliver went to John Oliver said, now, I'm not saying that ICE isn't finding people. I'm just saying when you're reduced to pinning a badge on the 59-year-old star of The Dog Who Saved Christmas, The Dog Who Saved Christmas Vacation, my favorite, The Dog Who Saved the Holidays, The Dog Who Saved Halloween, The Dog Who Saved Easter, The Dog Who Saved Summer, maybe you're in trouble.
Yeah, that was clever. He didn't list any of the other 200 plus credits that I have, but those dog movies are cute, Billy, and children like them, and that's why I made them. I mean, there were 6 of them, probably more, than I don't even want to talk about the amount of money you make on those things or what happens, but it's just so stupid that you're going to go after somebody's career. You know what I mean? It's just a dumb thing to do, but it was snarky and it was funny. But John Oliver is right behind that. Started talking about recording ICE and reporting ICE and how awful they are and the things.
Wait a minute. What is John Oliver's current status in this country?
I haven't checked that out.
You might want to go You might want to go knock his door down and take him.
Well, that is ironic. I imagine I'm guessing he's probably an American citizen, but I don't know. He certainly has a different accent in that sense. But when you become an American citizen, you're supposed to come here to accept our values, support this country, assimilate, not come in and try to bash it. And I don't know what John Oliver's citizenship status is, but he is certainly virulently against ICE, and I think that's insane.
Dean Cain is with us. He's joined ICE.
I get sworn in next week.
You get sworn in next week, so you haven't been on any raids yet or any type of operations?
No, there's lots of other ways to serve ICE too. You're not always just going to be on raids. They have, there's all sorts of different things to do. Investigators, a lot of stuff I do with as an officer, as a police officer, is human trafficking. And cyberbullying and cyber stalking and things of that nature. So there's a whole bunch of that within ICE as well. But I'm probably going to be, doing what I'm doing right now, talking about our brave men and women in uniform, and that's probably where I'm best served. But we'll find out.
Dean, I want you to take a listen here to Tom Homan, our border czar here in America, heavily involved in all the deportation efforts. We all saw him riding around with Dr. Phil. I don't know how that happened, but it was interesting. Here's Tom. Let's just listen to this man for a second.
This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a Border Patrol agent. This guy lives in his mother's basement. The only thing that surprises me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser.
I listen to this guy and I'm like, this is like, we have so much baiting going on. We have so much this is such bravado and such it's kind of out of control in a way. Is there any part of you that wishes he wouldn't speak like that?
I'm not going to tell Tom Homan how to speak or what to do. The guy's been through it all as an agent, seen everything, seen, human traffickers he's pulled babies out, young children who have died being trafficked into this country. I'm not going to tell him how to address things or how to speak, but I'll tell you what, the rhetoric has been high on both sides. Look at the attacks on me. So I laugh at that, and people, I'm sure, laugh at the attacks on me. I mean, it's par for the course these days in the age of social media to go on attacks, and I'm certainly not going to tell Tom Homan, who will be my boss, how to speak.
I guess one of the main beefs is that, and who knows if the report is true, but it certainly looks that way, is that there are the ICE raids in blue cities like Los Angeles and, Chicago and Seattle, and they're done in the workplace. They're done theatrically, almost performatively, and it causes all this drama. And then in the red states, they show up at prisons and jails, and where these bad guys are, and they quietly take them out, and it gets no coverage. Is any part of you thinking, look, Trump is one of the great performers of all time. He made a lot of money for NBC back in the day. I was there. But that there's a performative nature to this that, since it is serious business, I'd rather not see?
Well, I'll tell you, you said it happens in blue states. Well, where are most of the sanctuary cities and sanctuary states? They're blue. So that's where a high percentage of these people will be. And when ICE pulls up, they're not just pulling up to round up people, at a Home Depot. They've got a target in mind. There's someone that they're looking for who is here illegally, who is a criminal alien, who has criminal charges or pending charges, or has re-entered the country a number of times. They're looking for somebody. So when they come up and they roust people like that, they have a target. And if you get swept up in that and you're not here legally, you've had a lot of opportunities to either become and naturalize as a citizen or to self-deport. And if you haven't done that, if you're in any country in this world illegally, you got a problem. So I don't think it's maybe it is performative in nature. Maybe it's part of the way that President Trump likes to do things.
So you agree in some way that there's messaging maybe issues.
Oh yeah, well I think the messaging, they're going after everything ICE does with a fine tooth comb for sure. So yeah, I would like to see the messaging more clear about getting who we're getting out. The thing is, they're putting out the names, but people just don't really see it through all the noise. All they're seeing is, all of this negative things, and it might be done as a deterrent, look, we'll come get you. My friend was saying that, hey, my mom's, and she's extremely liberal, the mom, her housekeeper's not coming she's afraid to come in and clean the house. And I said, well, is she here legally? Well, I don't know. Well, because if she's here legally, she's got no problem to come clean the house. If she's not, is she getting paid? Are you paying her under the table? What is that? I mean, is that the economy that we have?
That's
is that
the hardest part. The stomach is like a sweet housekeeper or something who's been here for 10 years or something, and she is illegal, but boy, she's lovely, and everybody in the neighborhood waves to her and all that. I mean, when you have a rule, I feel like I'm the guy that's going to be like, oh, okay, well, we got to keep her. She's so sweet,
But that happens.
One more derelict has to go in order to make up for that one.
Right. But the hard part about that is, where do you draw the line? And I don't make the policy, so I don't know. But if she's here illegally, she knows it. She knows she's here illegally, and that's a bit of a problem. So is there a pathway they can get into? Yeah, there should be. But they should go to the back of the line, and it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? It's not just a walk in the park. You don't get rewarded for coming here illegally. It shouldn't be the case, and that's where the line has to be drawn.
Yep. It's difficult stuff.
It is. And I get people trying to come here for our economy and for our freedoms that we have. I would want to be here as well. I think it's the greatest country on the planet, bar none. But we're the only country that has these kind of problems.
I want to escape Maduro.
I would want to escape Maduro 100%. There's no question about it. Communism, socialism, I'd want out. If I were Cuban, I'd want to get the hell out of there. No question. It's a beautiful place, but it's the government that's just ruining it. So it's a tough place. We can't take everybody.
The Dean Cain that I know is just a beautiful man, really a great dude. And I know that you would be as concerned if somebody got removed from this country who shouldn't be, who's actually a very good father and here as a resident, but a good citizen. And when so many of these stories we see on social media, this is a beautiful father we ripped from his family, and we're all like, oh,
Maryland dad, that one too. We got that one too. The Maryland dad, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that dude's MS-13 through and through. So it depends on how people characterize it.
But I know you, and I just want people to know the Dean Cain that I know. If you're involved in ICE and an innocent person is being, you will do everything that you can to say, hang on for a second. Absolutely not. We are here for the thugs, the rapists, the people that are dangerous in this country.
100%. But if you're here illegally, you've broken the law. I have had a home in Spain for 20 plus years, and I have a period of time where I'm allowed to be there and not allowed to be there. I can't be there more than 180 days straight. You can't do it. That breaks their immigration laws. What happens then? I get fined tremendously. They seize assets and or put in jail and deported. But go to any other country and try and do this stuff. So make yourself legal. Go through the process, and you should be just fine. We want America. See, here's the thing that always kills me, Billy, and it drives me nuts. Is America?
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
America is by far the most immigrant-friendly country on the planet. We have over 50 million legal immigrants here living in the United States of America, more than the next 4 countries combined. We take over 1 million every year legally. I do think our immigration system is broken and we can fix it, but that calls for Congress and legislators to change laws and fix things. So that needs to happen. But people keep saying America is not immigrant friendly. We are by far the most immigrant friendly country on this planet. And everybody is clamoring to get here for the freedoms and the economic opportunity that capitalism provides and the safety that we have here in the United States. So that's why they want to come here. And we are hugely immigrant friendly. Just do it legally.
What do you say about Superman was an immigrant?
He was a refugee.
He was a refugee.
He was a baby from a dying planet, and he lands in the United States of America. And he's an unaccompanied minor, which means he would get refugee status 100%. He was adopted by an American couple. I mean, I've been through it 9,000 times on the internet, Billy. They're all just screaming it. He's an illegal alien. He actually is an alien. But yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, Superman was a refugee, and he was adopted by two American citizens, and therefore became an American citizen. That was Clark Kent, by the way.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for clearing that up. Now clear this up. Did you ever stuff the suit, or was it all natural in the front? Did they provide a cod piece? I want to know how that went down.
All natural, the front, back, middle, up, down, top. It's a pair of tights, Billy. Just a pair of tights.
Just a pair of tights.
And no cod piece. Although I did lobby for one, it didn't work out. After I saw George Clooney shooting Batman next door, I was like, I want a cod piece like that, and my producer said no. So
that's not just an athletic protector. That's not just a cup. That's a goalie's cup that he was wearing. The goalie's cup. Oh my God. So, were there any, you look in Hollywood, the typical vibe is if you are outspoken as a Republican, you sacrifice work. Has that been your experience?
Well, Hollywood is not full of people who like to come to speak to you to your face. You get all the backstabbers and you get all that. And I know you've experienced it plenty, my friend. And it happens where you think someone you think is on your side, or your partner, your friend, or whatever it is, they'll stab you in the back faster than about anybody. So that stuff happens here left and right. I don't hear about it because it's not like they're very brave and go, look, Dean, we're not going to hire you because we think your views on immigration are contrary to ours. They don't do that. Or they say your politics are different than ours. They don't say that, but I'm sure it happens plenty. So in the interim, I've done all my own work. I just produced and directed and starred in a movie that right now is on angel.com called Little Angels. That's going to go wide streaming in about 2 weeks. And it's done very, very, very well. I just finished another movie that I directed and produced and co-starred in called Holy One that I finished last week. So it's been less than a week since I finished it.
Faith-based film?
Holy One's a faith-based film. Little Angels is not. It has a small faith element, but they're really family movies. They're family movies. You can watch these with your whole entire family and feel comfortable about what's going on. Holy One has a little bit of bad stuff at the beginning, if you will, because it's about a guy. It's a redemption story of a guy who goes down the wrong path, drinking, gambling, womanizing, and he turns his life around. None of us are perfect, and it's a story of redemption. So did
you go down the wrong path? Did you go down the drinking, gambling, womanizing? And
I had some moments in my life, some moments, but that's generally not who I am.
Were you ever at risk of like the wheels coming off because the fame was roaring so hard and the ladies were big fans of yours? You had some very famous girlfriends.
Yeah, no risk of that at all whatsoever. Zero risk of that.
Chris Cain, your father, had a good handle on you?
Oh, Dad did a very good job, gave me some very strong and very clear morals, which I live with to this very day. Now, sometimes, again, we're all of us are imperfect. So there was times I did things I wouldn't be as proud of today. I wasn't exactly maybe proud of them then, but we all fall short at one time or another. So I haven't had a perfect life by any stretch of the imagination, but it's been pretty darn solid, and the wheels never were coming off.
Dean Cain is with us. Dean Cain, he is not only an actor and an activist, he is now an ICE agent, or he will be very shortly as he gets sworn in. And of course, it's upset some people, but also lots of great defenders and supporters. You know, on the nay side, you have Margaret Cho. What a great surprise. You know, saying talking about even though he has Japanese ancestry, of accusing you of just wanting to be white. You've left.
Sorry, it's just very funny.
You
made a very funny joke.
You just sip it, Margaret, please.
You said never white, always Wong, which I actually got a chuckle of.
Margaret, you're ruining this for the good complainers. Florida Democrat Representative Congressman Jared Moskowitz wrote on X, $50,000 government signing bonus to Dean Cain, his largest contractual signing bonus ever. He's so mad at you.
Patently false, and I'm not taking the money.
He's not taking the money. What are you doing with the money?
It's not if they go ahead to give me a signing bonus.
$100 billion budget. $100 billion. Tenfold is the budget for ICE. Does it need that? Does it require that much money?
That's beyond my area of expertise, my friend. I don't know. If it's in the budget, I assume they're going to use it and use it correctly. But I don't know the answer to what the budget needs. But God bless it. They got it. We're going to get the agents and we're going to get the job done. Larry
on Twitter defended you. He said,
good job, Larry.
This is referring to John Leguizamo. First of all, this is a punch counter punch. Go to Leguizamo first. Here comes Johnny Legs, as I said. This guy is hopped up, pissed at you.
What kind of loser volunteers to be an ICE officer? What a moron. Dean Cain, your pronouns are has been.
Okay. I see that you are very wounded. Now, on the other side, a great man named Larry jumped to your defense and he said, let's see. Guy says he feels strongly about something. He goes and volunteers his help. Other guy says he feels strongly about something. He makes a video mocking the guy taking action. Which is the guy a logical person is going to have more respect for?
I like Larry.
Larry. I'm calling him Larry.
It's Larry as far as I'm concerned. I will just say this about the John Leguizamo thing, and I love John's work. I think he's a very good actor. It looks like he's drunk at a concert, going in the bathroom. Not a great time to tweet something. I'm just saying. Think about it. That's one of those questions. Shouldn't I? And I'm just saying, take a look at it. Judge for yourself. I don't know.
He seems a little buzzed at a concert in the bathroom.
I'm just saying.
And all of a sudden realized I'm in here alone. There's no one else here.
I'm thinking about Dean Cain. I'm wrong.
Thinking about Dean Cain in that Superman suit.
Without a codpiece.
By the way, Dean, and another thing that you cleared up and I read, which I've always wondered, and that is zero hair dye. You're saying there's zero.
Yeah. Look closer. There's a little tiny bit of gray in here somewhere. There's a little bit, but no hair dye, baby.
That's the Japanese ancestry,
that's
right
the
there.
Japanese ancestry. Not to say the Japanese people don't go great, but it just hasn't happened to me yet.
They hang on longer, though. They tend to, seems to me. What else?
I see a little gray there, baby.
Oh, no, for sure. Any peptides? Are you doing any peptides or?
No, but I'm interested in that. That sounds like good stuff. That sounds like really good stuff. But no, not. I haven't been doing all the goodies yet.
A lot of men's health things happening right now. Guys are doing stuff. Women have been doing this for years. You're just au naturel at 59. You've got nothing going on.
I mean, I hit the gym, don't drink, and try to stay out of trouble. It's pretty simple.
You look very fit. Back to your fighting weight.
Yeah, well, and I do a lot of fighting. I do box quite a bit, and that's a part of it. So come at me, bro. I mean, I'm sorry.
Not me.
Not you, brother. I'm kidding. No, it's just a joke, like John Oliver.
So quickly, you would take me so fast.
John Oliver, like making 59-year-old Dean Cain, but bro, that's very brave. But seriously, yes. People are like, would you be jumping out of a van and run somebody down? I played in the NFL. Yes, I would jump out of a van and run somebody down if that's what I was required to do. I mean, I don't know. What do these guys think? It's confusing to me. It's confusing, but I don't have to address it any further than to go get sworn in and do my job.
Now, Dean, one of the great loves of your life, as I make a very hard left, as I like to do, one of the great relationships was Dean Cain and Pamela Anderson, and it was back in the day. Wow, she has had the most impressive, incredible renaissance.
Yeah.
And I don't, the look, she was this blonde bombshell. She doesn't care how she looks. The work, I think she struggled for a couple of years. I think she went through some things. I think she's come out the side. She's in this relationship with Liam Neeson. And what are we seeing here?
Bless her. Renaissance is a great word. Renaissance is a great word. I mean, I think she just has traveled through life, gone on her journey, and found herself here. She was always incredibly sweet, incredibly naturally beautiful, and curious about the world and about things. And she also has tremendous interior design skills. She like redid my entire house in no time. And heck, I just got rid of some of that stuff just recently, and it's been a good 30 years. So bless her. I'm so happy for her. She's always one of the most beautiful, naturally beautiful people I've ever seen and been around, and that goes inside and out. And bless her. I'm super happy for her, and I love to see that happen to a good person.
Are you dating anyone now? Are you single?
I date on occasion, but it's something I've learned to keep hidden, just quiet. That's not worth getting into. But I'm not lonely, Billy.
I'll tell you, there's all these hot MAGA hot MAGA gals with the red. They must see you and come chasing after you.
Like I said, I'm not lonely, my friend.
Vegas.
Vegas is a beautiful place to live.
Well, yeah, you must not be. You're not like in Vegas. You must be outside. No,
outside of the strip of Vegas, it's incredible. Wonderful neighborhoods. Summerlin's gorgeous. Henderson's gorgeous. I happen to be in Henderson. It's just beautiful family. My folks live 5 minutes away. My son lives here with me. It's amazing. And what you get for your money versus what you get in Los Angeles is insane.
Well, Dean Cain, I love you, my friend. He's going to be an ICE agent in a couple days, and I know Dean. Dean is a man who's going to make sure the wrong people aren't here, and the right people are. And if the right people are being removed, I know that you're the kind of guy that's going to step up and say, whoa, 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 whoa.
100%.
Get this right. Hey, give my best to your family. I love your father, Chris Cain. What a great dude. Your mother, she didn't quit drinking, did she? She's fun to have a cocktail.
That is not happening. That is not happening.
She's a lot of fun.
She is. Maybe she's the reason I quit drinking. I'm kidding. No, my mom will have 2 glasses of wine, and she's the life of the party. But she doesn't go past like 2, maybe 3. But she enjoys it. It's 4:38, and she's thinking about it. Bless you, Mom.
What time is it now for me? 3:30. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. What do I want? So tell me about the movie. It's angel.com, you said.
Yeah, it's Little Angels. It's out now, and it's in their top 10 consistently right now, and which is wonderful. It's like the Mighty Ducks, but it's girls soccer, and a college football coach has to go coach them. It's wonderfully fun and lovely, and I wrote it, produced it, directed it, starred in it. Great little movie. Love for you to see it and love to hear your opinion. And then behind that, that's on angel.com now. And then it's going to go wide and all streaming in about 2 to 3 weeks. So check out Little Angels, and you'll get a little bit of who I am in that. The guy starts off on the wrong path, but then gets on the right path. I'm not saying I did that, but I wrote it, I produced it, I directed it.
I'm not saying you didn't.
So
Dean, thanks a million, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
There goes the great Dean Cain. And that, folks, is Hot Mics for this Wednesday. And we out. Bye-bye.